ladies and gentlemen, we will all sit for a high voltage panel discussion. So let's meet our wonderful panel, requesting you to put your hands together and welcome each of them on stage. He is co-founder Neemans. Please welcome on stage Amarpreet Singh. She is co-founder The Indus Valley. A warm welcome to Madhumita Udai Kumar. She is founder Niche Hair. Please put your hands together for Parul Gulati. She is founder Flicker Cosmetics. Make some noise for Priyanka Nawani. He's co-founder and Chief Executive Officer M Caffeine. Let's put our hands together for Tarun Sharma. She is co-founder Aste. A warm welcome to Jivika Tyagi. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage the man who's going to orchestrate the entire panel discussion, our moderator, Director Marketing and Communications REI and Editorial Director Storai, Dr. Hitesh Bhatt. Welcome, sir.
This is the first panel discussion, and the heaviest thing in the world after the lunch is our eyelids. It's very difficult to lift. But today we are going to have these heavy lifters with us who are definitely going to lift our eyelids for sure. That's a guarantee. Happy and pleasure to moderate this panel on navigating the digital first future with D2C brands leading the consumer engagement. At the onset, I'd request all of you to kindly give a short introduction about yourself and the brand, and then we can take it ahead. Jivika, we can start with you.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I hope I can wake you all up by saying it's okay. Aste aste chalte hain, aage badhte hain. My name is Jivika Tyagi. Once again, I'm the CEO and co-founder of a sustainable athleisure brand for women. We are size inclusive in our nature, and we also have the largest community of women who choose to take it easy on themselves, which lies on our Instagram, and it's called Live Aste. Aste is also now the first global brand to be seen on Discovery. As of yesterday, we are on a show which is called Reality Ranis of the Jungle. I happen to be one of the Ranis on the show. It's live if you want to watch it right after this conference for some drama and a lot of adventure. Then you can sort of get equipped with the brand as well. We have been around for now almost 4 years in terms of our community. While we happen to make sustainable athleisure, we always say that we are a lifestyle brand with a very simple message that we want women to take it easy on themselves, because centuries back, we were, homemakers, and then feminism came and all of that happened. And now we have equal responsibilities in the workplace, which means everything is just add on to the layers, right? So very simple message that we want to send through the brand is to take it easy.
Thanks, Jivika. Amar.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Amarpreet. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Neemans. Neemans is India's first footwear startup to make sustainable shoes. We make shoes made up of recycled plastic bottles. We make slippers out of recycled tires. We use organic cotton in our shoes. We use merino wool. So all in all, we are a sustainable footwear brand. The brand ethos is that we won't harm the environment. We make only shoes which are recycled or something which we have brought back to life. So we don't use anything like animal skin. We don't use leather. We don't use plastic. We don't use synthetics. This is our brand ethos. So we make shoes which are comfortable and which would last right from the start of the day to the end of the day. So right now, we started this journey way back in 2018. We're a 6-year-old brand. We have served close to 80 to 85 lakh customers over the last 6 to 7 years. We're primarily a D2C brand, but now from the last 1 year, we've also started venturing into retail. We have opened 12 stores till date, hoping to have another 8 to 10 in the next 6 to 7 months. So going in all force to compete with the big boys big boys like Adidas, Nike, and Puma, so that there is one Indian brand which can give the run for the money to these brands.
Well done. Parul.
Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? Great. Are you guys sleepy? Please don't be sleepy, yaar. I can assure you they'll talk sense and I'll talk nonsense. So keep your eyes and ears open. I'm sitting with a great set of people who've achieved so much in their life, and I'm so grateful that I've been given a chance to be here once again. I'm Parul Gulati, I'm an actress, and I'm a founder of this company called Niche Hair, where I make human hair extensions. मुझे लगता है हम सबके बाल जाने वाले हैं, यहाँ पे काफी लोगों के जा भी रहे हैं. You know what to do. nichehair.com. So jokes apart, I built India's first online company of hair extensions, nichehair.com. And I thought, let's just make it really accessible to women. Hair loss can be such a big thing. You don't want to talk about it openly. So let's just go on a website and shop for it. And now we are opening our retail stores, and let's find out more about us.
Madhumita.
Thanks, Parul. No pressure for me. So I'm not going to be as entertaining as her. I'm Madhumita. I'm one of the founders of the company, The Indus Valley. We are a healthy cookware brand. By healthy, we mean we're very conscious about the materials that we use. Currently, we use only iron and stainless steel in our entire cookware range. Cookware is the only piece of article in your home which you put on fire, you throw in water. The maximum kind of abuse that it faces is probably after a car. So it's a lot of science that goes behind it. We started in 2016. We're an 8-year-old brand. We're based out of Chennai. Our fundamental is that anything that we offer must be easy to use and good for your health. Currently, we have an entire range of cookware, and we're looking to add more categories. We are an online first brand. Our D2C website and the e-commerce marketplaces contribute to over 90% of our sale. But starting last year, we started venturing offline as well, and that's a very exciting journey for us. So looking forward to share some things that we've learned.
Thank you. Priyanka.
Hi everyone, I'm a co-founder of a makeup brand named Flicka Cosmetics, and it's been 6 years I am into journey. And generally बताऊँ तो मुझे एक successful makeup artist बनना था, and I belong to a very middle class family. So मैंने makeup तो सीख लिया था, but I had no money to buy products. So I wanted to do something for them जिनको vision अच्छा है but money नहीं है. So to come up with the solution, I found a makeup brand named Flicka Cosmetics. That means a beautiful girl in Swedish language. And the purpose of bringing this brand is high quality product at a minimal price that everybody can get hands on it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tarun Sharma. I run two D2C skincare brands. One is M Caffeine. M Caffeine is India's first caffeinated personal care brand. In a sense, we use the power of caffeine to formulate your body care products like body washes, scrubs, lotions, etc. And Hyphen is a face care first kind of a brand wherein we use the power of nature and potency of science and make the most strengthened solution for the problem we're looking for. Both are online first kind of a brands. M Caffeine has been around for about 6 to 7 years. Hyphen is a 1-year-old brand. Happy to share my learnings. Thank you so much.
Excellent. So we can see that we have got brands which are 4 years old, 6 years old, and 5 years old, and a couple of them are 2 years old, or maybe the Priyanka's one, that's 6 years old. So 6 is the average that's coming out, and in 6 years' time, and if I have to include the COVID period also, they have done fantastically well. So before even we start, a big hand to all our founders out here. First question to Amar, and then it can be answered by others also. It is adopting to the consumer's demand. You just mentioned, Amar, that and I feel proud of that statement that you want to create an Indian brand which can take on the big players, global big players. Fantastic. But how have you adopted to the consumer demands? Because many times, we often take pride in being more agile and understanding the consumer problem very clearly. what strategies you have found most effectively after you found out the consumer demand? Because we have got so many of us, I want you to answer this into two parts. What was the consumer demand or the gap, and what strategies you found out or you executed to achieve that or to bridge that gap?
So while we started in 2018, I'll give it a little background. The brand got eventually launched in 2018, but there was a lot of hard work from 2016 and 2017. Now, me and Taran, we both are founders of Neiman's. We don't come from footwear background, so we have no background as such in footwear. We are first generation entrepreneurs, and we were very, very comfortable in whatever we were doing. So I was running my other businesses, and he was into pharma in US, and we were avid lovers of shoe. So we were consumers of the product. So all we did is whenever we wanted to buy a footwear, we had to go to the retail stores and ask for advice that which footwear is really good. So there is that we were on the mercy of the marketing or the sales executives who were talking about the sole, the technology, or maybe the knit. So they were talking about the technology and they had very, very minimal knowledge. And second, when we walked into these Western brands outlets, we used to see hundreds of products being flashed there, hundreds of products being displayed. So we wanted a comfortable pair which takes us right from the start of the day to the end of the day. The reason is why? Because we have 6 to 8 pairs of shoes for different activities. When we say that we have a footwear for going for a party, we have a footwear for going for an office, we have a footwear if you go for the gym, why don't we have something which takes us right from the start of the day to the end of the day? So this was the gap we were seeing in the market. And we said that we will fill that gap and we'll create a footwear which takes you right from the start of the day to the end of the day. So after 2 years of research, we launched in 2018, and from 2018 to 2020 early, for 1.5 years, we just sold 3 products. One is a jogger, one is a loafer, and one is a sneaker. That means our catalog was filled with only 3 products. In that 1.5 year of journey, we had 3 colors for each product. That means hardly 12 to 13 SKUs. And with 12 to 13 SKUs, we reached 1 crore of revenue.
Wow.
Just being D2C. So the market gap was that be minimal and talk about the product, talk about the function and functionality. That's what we did. So we educated our consumers with the product specifications. Why do you need the product? And we completely drew this online. We have not opened any stores by that point of time. We were completely D2C. So that was a learning we got in 2018, 19 and 20, saying that you need just one footwear to take you from the start of the day to the end of the day. While we grew, the hunger also grew कि हमें 1 crore नहीं करना, हमें 5 crore करना है, 10 crore करना है, 15 crore करना है. तो revenue तो बढ़ाना है. So we started looking for options where the consumers, the kind of consumers who are not buying from us. Why are they not buying? They don't want joggers. They don't want sneakers. They want something. They want a slipper just to wear it right from the start of the day to the end of the day. They want a loafer which they can slip on even in a party, and you can slip on even at the office. So we started creating products. So what we have realized that the Western brands have thousands of SKUs till date. From 2018 to 2024, we just have 80 SKUs, and we have created a brand of 150 crore
Excellent.
revenue. So we have not really looked at enhancing the catalog, because in fashion, there will be a category where you have slow movers, you'll have fast movers, you'll have movers which will go as per the discounting. So you have to be very, very selective with what you're adding, because you will have a lot of products which will not move the shelf. The products which you feel which will do well may not do well. So we have catered the market saying that we will give the product with utmost comfort and style, where we do not sit on too much of inventory. So that's what we have crafted. So this understanding is that we look in terms of data right from 2018 to 2024. What is selling? Why is it selling? We talk to our consumers. We go deeper and deeper in terms of understanding that why is the consumer buying from us? How many pairs has he bought from us? And what is the reason behind buying 5, 6, 7, 8? So whenever we launch a product, I was just telling to Ritesh that whenever we launch a product, we give it to the avid lovers or a loyal community. What we have created over the last 6 or 7 years, we have created a community of around 600 to 700 customers, which they have brought more than 10, 15 pairs with us in the last 5 to 6 years. So we give them our products, which we feel we might launch in the next few months. Take their feedback, take their opinion, and depending on them, we go to the market. It's just not that कि मुझे अच्छा लगा है, मैंने market को लेके चले गया product. It's like I understand from the market itself that what is the trend now. The trend keeps changing every 8 to 10 months, every 12 months, every 24 months, you see a different trend. Like pre-COVID era, the trend was completely different. Post-COVID, there was only the consumption of footwear was at a very lower level. So what happened is only open footwear is being sold, only chappals and slippers were sold because most of them were indoors. Then 2022, the trend changed. Now people are going around and they want to have sport flashy. They want to sport as many different footwear. So we have crafted that well as per the market requirement. So we keep changing as per the data changes. We read our data pretty well.
Excellent. Navigating again. So this program or this panel is all about navigating, the D2C, the future, the brands, the engagement, the strategy. With this, I want to go to now Madhumita and ask her the same question in a different way, because she dared to take on the prestiges of the world. It was not an easy thing in the cookware segment. Again, what was the gap there and how did you navigate this?
Sure. So when we started back in 2016, our thesis was that there weren't enough brands for healthy cookware. So by healthy cookware, what I mean is either it should add to your food and make it healthier, like in the case of iron, it adds very small amounts of iron to your food, or it should be like stainless steel where it's inert and retains the nutrition and doesn't take away from it. People are aware and still were aware even in 2016 as to that non-stick is not great for you. It actually peels and kind of comes with your food. But there weren't enough branded alternatives. It was a personal need for us at our home that really triggered that for us. Even when we went to stores, there were all leading brands that were offering only non-stick, which is not ideal for Indian cooking and it's not a healthy option. But if you wanted the more traditionally inspired options that were made out of iron, all that you were left with were brands no brands actually, all of them were local players without any markings on them. You do not know the source of iron, does it have dangerous materials in it? So you were left with only those. So that was the base with which we had started it. But again, I would like to lean into the whole gap and fighting with a leading player part of it. So whenever there is a white space, you grow very well, and that's your product market fit. So when we started, we were more offline. Offline took a little bit of time for us because we were a very young brand. And in 2017, end of 2017, we decided let's do online because we have to tell the whole story in order to sell the product. So we built our website. We really focused a lot of efforts on Amazon and Flipkart, and we started to scale. So that was a channel crack. It was also a product gap because there were no significant brands at that time who were offering the product ranges that we were. So until today, we've been able to grow successfully, and we are at that 100 crore mark, but we were able to do it only because we were able to identify white spaces. And we do that very diligently through a detailed process. We always go back to data. We have a lot of feedback that's available online. Let's say if I want to compete with a prestigious product, then I have to just go through their reviews, there are thousands and thousands of reviews, and see is there something I can add extra to the product, why the customer would choose me over a leading player. So these are things that we build in sustainably as a process, both into our NPD communication. We reach out to our customers very actively. So the benefit of D2C is that everybody who orders on your website, you have their phone number, address. You can just call them. We do home visits as well. We do around 20 to 30 home visits per month. So we're able to see the 25 to 30 different utensils a home has and how they use them. So all of this again integrates back into our building our product. And agility is another thing with which we compete. Once we have an insight, we take it to market within 3 to 4 months max. That is not sustainable for a large brand like a Prestige or a Hawkins. So these are things how we choose to build our strengths. It comes from customer insighting and pure execution.
Tarun, this question is for you also. What are the white spaces that you could solve in this crowded market? And you have created a fantastic brand, McCaffeine. So if you can throw some light on those white spaces, please.
If I had $1 every time somebody said McCaffeine, I would have not raised money. So it's M-caffeine. See, no, it happens with us. It's a Versace problem. So I think white spaces, if you look at our space is very simple. People have been People have been taking bath for a very long time, right? पहले साबुन से नहाते थे, अभी शार जेल से नहाते हैं. So over time, India is graduating, right? But fundamentally, in 2012 to 2014, there's a large shift of, because of internet penetration, smartphone penetration. Now my ability to access what is happening in US and what is happening in UK, sitting in Gwalior, is at par, right? I can real time check Cristiano Ronaldo kya kar raha hai aaj, right? Now, what that did is it accelerated the kind of trend we had in market, right? So earlier there was a soap, now it is a shower gel with scrubbing particles, so on and so forth, right? Then suddenly consumers started realizing that I have multiple lifestyles in a day. So my father is a 9 to 5 guy, office जाते हैं, काम से आते हैं, चाय पीते हैं. If you look at your lifestyle is you would work out, you go slog away out in the office, then you would party, Saturdays को trek भी होगा. Fundamentally, because you have multiple lifestyles in a day or in a week, your need of the products to cater to those lifestyles is something which also came up. Right? One of the things is the after effects of Netflix and Amazon Prime is dark circles. पहले तो नहीं होते थे उतने, right? So that's the kind of white space we all challenger brands started catering to. Unmet need of the consumers, that unmet need because of democratization of information. Because you are very closer to the consumer, because you are a D2C brand, you leverage data and your closeness to the consumer, your ability to kind of make products and reiterate for the need becomes far, far higher as compared to the large big beauty companies.
Thanks, Tarun. Now we'll move to Parul. Parul, you are a category creator, and I want to know more about this. What made you enter into this category first of all? Again, the white spaces ka example, but it's a bold move and it's a very innovative move also that you are a category creator. Please throw some light on that and the economics related to that, because that's where the money is, honey.
Absolutely. I do have questions for Madhumita and Tarun also. Please let me know when
you
I
can. But
ask.
first, we would like to
First
know
I'll
more
answer,
about Dish Hair.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
then only we'll allow you to ask questions.
Yes, please. I have so many questions. Because I'm an actor, hair extensions सब actresses लगाती हैं. अगर आपको लगता है वो इतने अच्छे घने बाल जो हैं वो असली होते हैं तो sorry, spoiler alert, वो hair extensions होते हैं. So अब मैं 7 साल से acting कर रही थी, मुझे अपने लिए बाल चाहिए थे. There was one point I cut my hair short. So मुझे किसने बोला at the age of 23 you're looking old. And I was like, oh God, अब मुझे काम नहीं मिलेगा. और मुझे अब hair extension चाहिए थे because हर heroine hair extension पहनती है और छोटे बाल का trend आज से 7 साल पहले नहीं था. So I wanted to buy hair extensions. I went out to get it and it's so expensive. And I can't find it online. मेरे को अच्छा लगता है जैसे Tarun said कि you can sit online and you can see something and you're comfortable. You don't want to tell somebody what you're looking for and you know the trends and I was just trying to solve my problem first. Yeah. And as Amar said, मैंने भी 3 products से शुरू किया था. सिर्फ bangs because खुद के बाल काटना पाप है. Breakup हो तब भी मत काटना girls. Niche hair ले लेना. So you can just clip on bangs. मुझे खुद के लिए bangs चाहिए थे, length चाहिए था, volume चाहिए था. So I created first products for myself, then reached out to people who are like me and might be searching for the same thing. कि अब hair thinning है, length चाहिए, volume चाहिए, how do I get it easily? So I created, that was my white space, I understood. I tried to solve my problem and tried to give solution to other women, educated more women, कि अगर hair thinning हो रहा है, so that's not it, कि life खत्म है, I'll make more products for you, which could be a hair topper, so I made India's first very natural looking scalp. So if I wear it, you won't be able to tell and social media gave me that access because मैं रोज बैठ जाती थी. Lockdown was the best period for me because I had maximum time. I would put up a phone, take out my product and just talk about it. So yeah, that is how I try to fill the white space and then reach out to other spaces and data. जैसे आपने बोला, now I want to add to Madhumita. See, reviews जो होते हैं ना, we all D2C brands, especially if it's an online brand, हम उसमें changes कर सकते हैं reviews पे. You know that, right? So also in India or anywhere in the world, लोग review तब देते हैं जब कुछ बुरा लगता है. अच्छा लगता है तो कोई नहीं बताता. आप देख लो, अगर आप कहीं से टायर खरीदोगे, टायर वाली कंपनी का रिव्यू देख लो, जब भी टायर फटा है तब वो रिव्यू देंगे. They would not give review when the टायर 7 साल चला.
Yeah.
So I don't trust the reviews. I can change my own reviews. There are tools that can give you that you can add reviews from Alibaba and whatever. I'm sure all जो भी online है सब ने करा है. Shopify पे तो बहुत easily होता है, मैंने करा है. So I don't understand review game at all. But visiting home, that's something you're gonna teach me later. That's
Thanks.
all I'll say.
Thanks. Thanks, Parul. Now, we'll go to Priyanka and hear her story in succinctly, please.
जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि मुझे एक मेकअप आर्टिस्ट बनना था, पर
Yeah.
पैसे नहीं थे प्रोडक्ट खरीदने के लिए.
Yeah.
You want me to speak bit louder?
No, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
तो वो प्रॉब्लम को देख के आई हैव मेट हंड्रेड्स एंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ गर्ल की सबका यही प्रॉब्लम था. मेकअप इंडस्ट्री में मेकअप आर्टिस्ट का फीस इज वेरी हाई. उससे ज्यादा मिनिमम 50,000 का किट बनता है टू क्रिएट फुल फेस मेकअप लुक. ट्रेंड हैज शिफ्टेड. पहले मेकअप होता था, आई थिंक पैरल विल एग्री दैट एज वेल, कि पहले मेकअप 4 या 5 प्रोडक्ट से हो जाता था. दिस फाउंडेशन, लिपस्टिक, आईज एंड आईब्रोज. बट नाउ टू क्रिएट अ एंटायर फेस मेकअप लुक यू नीड 20 प्रोडक्ट्स.
Wow.
And the pocket size is almost same. So there was a very huge wide gap कि मुझे ऐसा प्रोडक्ट बनाना था कि सेम पॉकेट साइज में they would be able to buy entire range. So it's just been
Excellent.
6 years. We have catered millions of customers. We are available more than 500 retail outlets, and the best part is we are profitable.
Excellent. Well done, Priyanka. Aste. I like this name a lot.
Hi, Jivika.
Jivika. No, I know Jivika, but when I say Aste Jivika, it's like I like the name Aste a lot, and it's and I asked her why Aste, and she gave me the answer which you can share with the team. Why the name Aste?
Sure.
And-
I was
and then
actually
we come to the
enjoying
question.
listening to all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
them
me
and
too.
learning, so we could continue on that.
Yeah, please do that.
But since you asked, very
Yeah.
similar to what Parul said, very similar to how the makeup industry works, or the ethos of the Indus Valley, Neiman's. Our brand was also started during COVID. That's why I say 4 exact years of community building, even though the product has been out there for only 2.5 years. And it started because of what all of them are feeling as women. It's a challenging life to live with. Almost 2 decades back, I was a banker on Wall Street, and it was harrowing, right? I was working round the clock and contributing to a portfolio of top 1% of people in the world, which is something I didn't really enjoy, but I was putting in the hours. Came COVID, I was doing something very similar in India. After building 2 startups, I was working with a corporate, and it was really long hours. It was really, really long hours. Additionally, I was at home on my laptop, round the clock. And I had another friend on the other side who was working on this project with me, and I said, यार हम women को ही लगता है क्या कि काम बहुत ज़्यादा है, या men को भी लगता है? Like, is this a women-centric thing? And she said, no, even I feel that during lockdown, we don't have any mental health. Like, we're just working round the clock. I said, तो कहाँ से टाइम निकलता होगा पहले हमारे पास कि we would get ready, go to office, come back, change, go out, come back, change. It should be like pajamas, right? You should just wear them. You should be able to go to office, do everything, come back. One thing led to another. We realized after making a simple page on Instagram, which was called Livaste, because Aste comes from the Sanskrit word Ast, which means to be. And that's what the page was telling women, just be yourself. It's okay, take it easy. Life is a journey. I say, don't make it a race. And when we made that page, we started talking about a lot of women-centric issues, especially mental health. And we realized that every time we would talk about body image issues, everyone would relate to it. Parul's here, she's an actress, true perfection. I'm sure she also has certain insecurities to share about her body, and this is crazy, right? Because we're looking up to her and we're like, oh my God, she's gorgeous. And this was a common trait, and that's why we realized that size inclusivity is something that is a common problem that impacts our mental health as women. So that was our first step, that let's build a size inclusive brand. And since this was during COVID, there is no way we could build something that was bad for the environment. So that's how sustainability came into play. And then we're like, कौन सा वो एक product है जो तुम्हें सुबह से शाम तक पहनो और change ना करना पड़े, because we don't have time. And Lululemon is a global brand in athleisure, which is known for a simple pair of leggings that women wear from day to night, and they feel good in it. आज मैं leggings पहन के आई हूँ, अगर मैं 5-6 साल पहले conference में आती बिना suit के या dress के, it would be unacceptable, but now it's all acceptable, right? True. So we took inspiration from that, understood कि leggings इतनी महंगी क्यों है? 10,000 रुपए कौन भर रहा है leggings के लिए? I don't know who are these people. We all own Lululemons in some way. It's very elitist of us, but we are also getting it on sale, right? Just to have that pride that we have Lululemon. So we thought that here's a potential to bring such a good product to the Indian market where a woman does not have to change clothes from day to night. Let's build on it. That took us 1 year. Okay. And my story doesn't end, and hence I'm going to take extra 30 seconds.
Please.
That took us 1 year to build because we were building sustainable clothing, sustainable athleisure, something that's not done in this country before. People have played with sustainable fabrics when it comes to cotton, khadi and all of that. No one has tried to play with recycled polyester because it's a nightmare. The interlocking stitch that our leggings has is very hard to achieve. You cannot find those manufacturers in India still because it requires a certain kind of machinery. Okay. And more than anything, since we wanted to be size inclusive, women who are below 5'4", they settle for churidar leggings because the leggings does not come in multiple lengths. Hence, we wanted to introduce leggings in multiple lengths. On average, an Indian woman is 5'4" and below, while they shop for global brands, which are made for Caucasian women that are 5'6" and up. So there was a lot of passion that was there for the product. And in the meantime, there was a huge community that was out there, which was a Livasta community saying that, hey, we are ready for a product. Ki theek hai, we're taking it easy. We're aligned with all the messaging you're sending us on the gram, but we also want a product. And that's how really Aste, because we took a whole year to launch a product. We launched with one product, a single pair of leggings, black in color, in multiple sizes, in 16 sizes, 100% sustainable, same quality, same shine as a Lululemon leggings, 1/10 the price of a Lululemon leggings.
And the impact also, if you can share the impact.
And the impact, well, lots. अगर आपको distribution और numbers का impact चाहिए, you should really deep dive with these guys. We are notorious for spending a lot of money. If you just Google us, you read all the bad things. But I think what we've done really well is we have survived.
Yeah.
And B, we truly believe as a business that profit and loss होता रहता है. और लॉस हो जाता है तो बिजनेस बंद हो जाता है. बट अगर आपके पास एक क्लियर एम्बिशन है, एक क्लियर गोल है, एक क्लियर स्टोरी है, वो कभी बंद नहीं हो सकता. And that's our ideology, and that's how we've continued when the times are tough.
Well said, Jivika, and this is the power of perseverance that individuals should have. She said we survived. Okay, we have got brands which are 150 crores on this panel itself, and here is also a brand who has survived. All of them in the initial years survived. That's how a new business starts. Because we have got a fantastic panel here and we have got some time left, I am shifting gears here and I want to know the secret sauce of all our panelists. What's the key success? What's the secret of their success? From a strategic perspective, and one key thing that comes, because you all are digital, you all can measure. If you can't measure, you can't manage. And if that is the case, I can see all these guys can measure because all of them are digital first, if except for one of them. But I want to ask Tarun to start with. how does he manage data for his survival, for his growth, and for his profitability? Tarun.
So being a D2C brand, I think data is very, very important. And I will demarcate between D2C and online. Online brands or digitally native brands would be the ones who would be selling on Amazon, Flipkart, Nykaa, Quick Commerce, etc. जहाँ पर आपको data बहुत कम मिलेगा. So they will not obviously share the consumer data, but your ability to extract data is also very lesser. For that, you need to sell on the platform and become a seller. So that's something which will expose you to some data. And then there is D2C brands, which are largely operating from their own platform. So we do at MCaffeine close to about 1/3 of our revenues from D2C, which is our own website and app. And at Hyphen, we do close to about 50% of our revenue from D2C, largely because the scale is very different in Hyphen. Chota hai bhi Hyphen काफी. At the end of the day, as a DNA, we are engineering students, and I mean we did engineering, so data thoda naturally bhi aata hai. But what we understood is that big beauty brands have so much money that our revenues and valuations is a rounding off error in their balance sheets. What is that we have apart from being a founder-led brand and doing a lot of mehnat, etc., etc.? What is that differentiates between a big beauty company which has humongous resources than us? It was data, because your ability to extract data from the consumer, and let's say it's a social media platform, your CTRs, your engagement rates, your click-throughs, your CPCs is all one part of the data, but then also comes your D2C engine, जहाँ पर आप बहुत छोटी-छोटी चीजें देख सकते हो. If you have launched a product, and if your load time is on an average 30% higher than your other load times of the products, then वो product में consumer को interest नहीं है, इसकी समझ नहीं आ रहा उसको, आपने जो page बनाया, आपने जो proposition बनाया. तो effectively there is data for pretty much all the brands out there who are D2C, but what we focused on from day one is that the unfair advantage for our survival, existence and flourishment would be data. We have a 16-member data analytics team. Right now, we look at PNL at an hourly level. We look at PNL at a product level. We look at PNL at a geography level, which essentially means that my decisions to go to a certain geography with a product in a channel should be so defined and refined that it should not be on my gut. कि तरुण को लगता है मुलुंड में माल बिकेगा, तरुण को लगता होगा, but अगर डेटा कहता है तो मुलुंड में भी बिकेगा और मालाबार हिल्स पे भी बिकेगा. But that data has to tell you, and hence the organization's ability to be not dependent on the founders and scale really fast on back on data increases. So I think how we do it is we just make sure that every data flows through our pipeline, and we put our minds and brains to read that data to get the most possible insight, whatever that data gives us.
Before I come to Amar, I want Priyanka also, I want Madhumita to answer on the data part first, and then I'll come to you guys.
Sure. So I do not have such an intense data team. There are like 3 to 4 people. I am going to connect with you later. Very inspirational. So data is something that we've collected from day one. When we started in 2016, the first 2 years, my co-founder and I personally did a little over 100 to 120 odd events. These were events in apartment complexes. These were events in office spaces. The intent was less to sell, but more to talk to people, especially in apartment complexes. What happened is they'll be like, "Acha, bring it home, let's sit down over a cup of chai." So then I'd have to ditch my co-founder there, and then I'd go. So then you get to see their homes, how they're using it. There's a lot of ergonomics, a lot of input. So early days, we really relied a lot on our customers for this data. If it's bad also, they'll call and tell us exactly why it is bad. So we started accumulating it. It was a very simple Excel sheet back then. So all of this then went back into the product, and once we improved it, it went back into our communication. I know she had a bone to pick with reviews, but Amazon reviews, unless it's an Amazon listing in itself, like a Solomo or an Amazon brand, is not easily fungible. And there's such volume of data, especially in bestsellers in our category, would have like 10,000 to 15,000 reviews. So to probably put in further fake reviews is really expensive for brands, so most of them don't. So what we do is we take that and we validate it. I will build a hypothesis. So if my hypothesis is that customers like these attributes about a tawa and they dislike these attributes about a tawa, then we make calls. We have a dedicated 2 to 3 team members who make customer calls to validate these theses, and then we build this on as a product or communication and so on. Data is very, very important, especially in today's day and age, because the customer is screaming on our face. We're just not able to take it. And again, it's the speed of execution, like the way that Tarun had mentioned, he's deciding where to go offline based on that. That's a little challenging for a large brand because the way that they're distributed, they might not be able to get accurate data and unify it. But any decision that you make needs to come from numbers. If you do not have numbers, then we start taking proxies. So that really makes a lot of difference instead of going by gut. Even in the case of employees, we tend to have an employee profile, just like how a customer has a customer profile. I have an understanding as to if I were to hire an associate, what kind of colleges work well for me? What kind of tenure will they be expected to stay? What kind of star performers do I repeatedly get? Because we've been there for 8 years, and in Chennai, we have a fair understanding of where we can hire from and who set well. So data is something we swear by.
Thanks. Before I come to Parul, this question is for Amar. How are you navigating your true omni-channel journey now? If you can take us through the omni-channel journey the next 3 to 5 minutes, from online, offline, what were the challenges and how you have overcome it. So it will give a fair idea to our audience also that Neiman's Shoes, from where it started, where it is going, what were the challenges and how you could. So a quick 2020 in couple of minutes.
See, again, I would like to continue with what Tarun said, but little in a different tone. We eat, sleep, repeat in terms of data. So morning, what happens is people normally, kids, they open their social media, but I am on my Power BI and Tableau all the while. So even I get up, the first thing I do is I open my Power BI, kya chal raha hai, and what is going on, what is the traffic, and kya phat raha hai, kya nahi phat raha hai. So all the decisions are taken based on data. So that means I don't take any decision without looking at the data. When it comes to data, how it is important, because we are footwear brand. So in every sector, or you can say every category and every sector in terms of the geographies, the consumer is different. Like in down south, you'll see sizes UK 7, 8, 9 do really well. The reason is because the average height here is 5'7" to 5'10". In Maharashtra side, you will find people with 5'6" to 5'10", and they have broader foot. So that means, again, you would probably have to have foot sizes little broader, and the broader foot categories would do well. Similarly, in north, you find more taller people, more broader, more hefty. So again, UK 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 does well. Go to east, UK 5, 6, 7 does well. Now, like Jivika was pointing out, in women, the average height is around 5'4". So that means if you're looking at women audience, UK 4, 5, 6. Similarly, in terms of blacks, which is the most commonly bought color. So that means I should order more inventory in black. Now we are in the world of omni-channel. So that means you should have your inventory at disposable within 24 hours, because you're living in the world of quick commerce. So people want faster deliveries. That means depending on the geography, you need to have inventory available there. So everything we do in terms of going from online to offline as well. Now I've opened stores in Hyderabad, Mumbai, Bangalore, and Pune. Why? The reason is because these pin codes do exceptionally well. Now I'm opening in Indore, I'm opening in Trichy, I'm opening in Trivandrum. These pin codes do exceptionally well. I am not, now people tell me, being a Sardar, people tell me, why don't you open in Punjab? Punjab doesn't do very well for me. So why should I do open there? So I should open in the geographies which are absolutely, I am sure that I will be profitable there. So I look at data day in and day out. Morning, the first hour, till the time I sleep, I'm on my Power BI, what kind of inventories are left, what we need to reorder, everything in terms of, so all the while I'll have three professions I keep talking to, it is data, business analyst and the finance. That means I'm, like Tarun mentioned, every hour we look at the P&L in every channel of sale, what is going on, at what sale, at what point of sale, that let's say at X store at 12 o'clock, there is a bill of 10,000 rupees. I get to know that. Why? Because there is a big bill at so and so store. So I get to know everything what is going on and what trend is happening, what is selling in which store. So we look at data all through or throughout the day.
Excellent. Now, fair enough. We'll go to Parul now, and this is not a data question. This is a marketing question. Parul,
Data use ही नहीं करती हूँ, मुझे सीखना है यहाँ सबसे how they are doing it.
but you are good in marketing. Please teach us how to market.
So what I do, मेरा simple फंडा है, मेरे को पता है ये स्टॉक मेरे पास इतने करोड़ का पड़ा है, मैं उस पे इतना कंटेंट बनाऊंगी जब तक वो बिक नहीं जाए. मेरा उल्टा चलता है, मेरे को है अरे हेयरलाइन पाउडर मैंने अभी रख लिया मेरे पास, 3 महीने का स्टॉक है, 3 महीने का भी आने वाला है, बनने वाला है, इतना कंटेंट डालूंगी, इतना डालूंगी कि मतलब थक जाओगे आप देख देख के, और फिर वो बिकता है. अब वो मुझे पता है ब्लिंकिट पे मुझे बेचना है, तो अब मैं ऐसा कंटेंट बनाऊंगी, अरे मैं बाहर घूम रही हूँ, मैंने ब्लिंकिट से मंगाया, लगाया, आप भी मंगाओ. अब मेरे को आता है वीडियो कंटेंट बनाना. सो दिस डेटा एंड ऑल, अगर मैंने ये सीख लिया तो मतलब मैं तो बिलियनर बन जाऊंगी, बिकॉज मैं तो अभी गट से चल रही हूँ. मैं वही कर रही हूँ. मुलुंड में मुझे लगता है बिकेगा, तो मैं मुलुंड में बैठ के वीडियो बनाऊंगी और कहूंगी आप मुलुंड में खरीदो, तो मुलुंड के लोगों को लगेगा अरे ये तो खरीदना चाहिए. सो आई एम ओनली वर्किंग विद दैट. और मेरे पास वो भी last time here only I met in this our inventory management के लिए also I met somebody. So we've got inventory management now. I still don't know how much inventory. I don't know how I'm running it. I know mota that this is how much I need to sell by the end of the month.
But I think your product sells on videos and your name only. That's
No, it's how I sell it. I sell it well. I'll sell you hair. I'll sell hair to you. I can sell hair to him. That is my superpower.
please.
अरे मैं बेच दूंगी ना, आपको मैं इनसिक्योर करूंगी. पहले देखो आपके सफेद बाल आ रहे हैं, मेरा हेयरलाइन पाउडर लगाओ, उससे सफेद बाल कवर हो जाएंगे और वो ट्रांसफर भी नहीं होगा.
How important is influencer marketing in today's world? If you can share something on that for the D2C brands or for any brand.
Absolutely, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. मैंने एम कैफीन के लिए, एम कैफीन सही बोला ना मैंने, मेरा पहला ब्रांड वीडियो ऑन माय इंस्टाग्राम एंड आई हैड अबाउट 20,000 फॉलोअर्स. मैंने पहला ब्रांड वीडियो आपके लिए किया था. I don't know if you remember it, and I was like कि मुझे अच्छे से करना है, कॉफी स्क्रब है, कितना कूल है. So एक तो प्रोडक्ट कूल था. So as a creator, as an actor, आप अपने इंस्टाग्राम पे आपको एक नया प्रोडक्ट दिखाने को मिल रहा है. दूसरा, because I created content, somehow I don't know if it worked well for him. You're being kind right now, but जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. बाद में मैंने देखा कि इन्होंने आलिया को ले लिया, मैंने कहा oh my god ये इतने बड़े बंदे, आलिया भट्ट is doing caffeine. So I was really proud of them to see how they've scaled. मेरे को एक क्वेश्चन है तारुण से, अभी since we are at it, आपकी नीड नहीं थी ये प्रोडक्ट, तो you did it purely for numbers, you did it purely for sales, or what was it for you?
So हाँ, हमारी नीड नहीं थी, but I think we believe that we're builders, so I think we are seeing the gap and we'll build. So for example, Hyphen. So I think Caffeine is doing well and Caffeine is profitable, scaling well. But we believe that India is a brand birth country. ब्रांड है ही नहीं भारत में. कितने ही ब्रांड है, 1000 करोड़ के 5-6 ब्रांड है, 500 करोड़ के 30 ब्रांड है. एंड इंडिया में वी स्पेंड $14, बाहर पीपल स्पेंड $300-400. तो ब्यूटी में स्पेंडिंग बढ़ेगा अगले 10 साल में. तो देयर हैज टू बी ब्रांड्स व्हिच विल केटर टू द डिफरेंट नीड्स ऑफ द कंज्यूमर. सो our job was to just stay very close to the consumer, and consumers will keep on giving answers कि उन्हें क्या चाहिए. And अगर if that fits well, for example, किसी consumer को कपड़े का brand चाहिए, we don't understand that. We understand skincare, hair care. We'll continue to build brands for it. Whether it solves my personal problem or not, that is secondary for us, because we believe India needs to be solved for brands.
That's very cool, because I was like, सब बोल रहे हैं हमें जरूरत थी, हमें comfort चाहिए था, and I was like, oh, why did he start this one? So that was my
Now,
little question.
The final round is about the growth part of it, and what kind of growth strategies you guys are planning in the coming years, weeks, months, and years. If I request you to be, more succinct, because we are succinctly, if you can articulate that, we are short of time, but we would like to know at least 2 or 3 growth strategies that you guys in your field are implementing it, that can, add value to our audience also. So we'll start with, Amar, we start with you, then we go to Jivika, and then we go to Parul and Priyanka, and then we go to
See, since the last 5 years, we've been D2C. So last year, we started our retail journey. So we will go more on retail. We'll be omni-channel present. And soon, I think we will be more on quick commerce, the Zepto, Blinkits of the world. So we're expanding over there as well, wherein you can get your shoes and slippers delivered in just 10 to 15 minutes. So we're expanding our portfolio to all the 3 categories.
Omni-channel, Zepto, Blinkit. Yes.
And expanding our
Store expansion. Jivika, what's your growth strategy?
Very simply put, whatever they call data, we call it community. These are real women who have heard of Aste, have come to Aste's events, have interacted with Aste. Growth strategy आपको इस year की अभी Discovery पे देख सकते हो, download कर लेना, अपनी show देख लेना, Reality Ranis of the Jungle. Our strategy is fairly simple. We want to be on your mind. Every year we have been on your mind, and we will continue to do so. And that's our strategy. No secrets there.
Let's go one level down.
Sure.
If you have to be, or if you want to be on our mind, how are you going to achieve it? 1 or 2?
I don't know. You ask the audience how many of you have already heard of the brand. Somewhere or the other, we're on their minds. They may have seen Shark Tank. They may have seen Reality Runners of the Jungle. They may have participated in a run last year, which was the largest run ever done in the country, where 600 women were running across Mumbai, Bangalore, and Delhi at the same time wearing the brand. They may have heard of us because we raised the largest round ever raised in this country from a single investor, pre-launch of the product. They may have heard of us because we are the largest community in India of women that takes it easy.
This is what I wanted to hear. Well done.
That's our strategy.
And Priyanka, what about you? What's your growth strategy?
So my simple growth strategy is कि product इतना अच्छा बनाओ, discount दो, offer नहीं भी दोगे तो आपका product move करेगा.
Okay.
And along with this, the one who is piloting the company, running the company should be very, very aware about customer के needs and demands. अगर मैं 1-2 साल पहले की बात करूँ तो there was beauty industry was into 2 different categories. एक skin care था, एक makeup था. But now everybody wants makeup infused with skin care. So we have also come up with certain products like foundation loaded with vitamin E, aloe vera, shea butter, जिसमें good ingredients है. So listen to the customer, make high super quality product and also remain update with tech. Suppose I've been to China post COVID, तो वहाँ पे मैंने एक live shopping का बहुत strong trend देखा कि यार हर लड़की tripod stand लगा के ring light लगा के continue बोली रही है. I can see कि back to back बहुत comments आ रहे हैं उसकी screen पर, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि क्या बोल रहे हैं because they speak in Chinese language. So I researched about the live shopping and India आने के बाद the very first thing I did कि मुझे live shopping implement करना है, and cosmetics में Flicka is the only brand that do the live shopping every day.
Wow.
In-house भी करते हैं, also and onboarded thousands of regional makeup artists जो हर region में अपने language में live shopping करवाते हैं and product purchase करवाते हैं.
Well done. This is the innovation that we were looking out for. Well done, Priyanka. Madhumita, what's your growth strategy? Then we go to Tarun and finally to Parul.
Sure. So before I share my growth strategy, this is the first panel in my life where 66% of the panelists are women. So thank you, sir, for organizing this. It's rare and I'm really happy. But coming back to the growth strategy, the way we look at it is a matrix. It's a matrix of product, content, geography, and channel. So channel correctly pointed out for us, quick commerce is something that we're looking forward to. The way India is buying is very different now. We're not very patient anymore. Yes, we need options, but we also need it now. We've seen a significant improvement in conversion rates and customer joy when we're able to deliver things faster. So that is definitely going to be a game changer, especially in categories which are more FMCG also, other than ours. the other thing that we're looking forward to is having a better portfolio of products. In cookware, it's very important to go regional. So for example, Urli is something that people in Kerala use to cook. A very similar product is used in Lucknow as well to make certain dishes. So we have to understand what cookware they use. Sometimes the names might be different, but we really have to have that intelligence as to how we are able to change it depending on the dish that's made. And we have to go in depth in each of these solutions that we offer. And the other is definitely content. We've seen that today when we want a recipe, we do not ask our mom or our friend. What we do is we look at Insta and we have this bunch of influencers that we tend to follow. So similarly, what happens is that content is the reason why we go there. We look for variety. So as a brand today, it is inevitable that we have to work in content. And like she rightly pointed, we need not do it completely in-house. Some amount of it can be in-house, which we do. But a lot of it, you can work with a lot of influencers and they bring a lot of authenticity and they help your customers understand, acha, I can use it like this also. So a blend of all of this together will help us keep scaling with the backing of numbers.
Thanks. Tarun, your growth strategy.
So, Caffeine and Hyphen, both the strategy is that we will pick up category by category. So for Caffeine in the last 5 years, we are market leaders in scrubs, we are market leaders in under eye cream, we are top 10 in body washes. Body lotions is a seasonal category, but we'll still fight for it. But net Caffeine, every year we'll pick up a category, go deep into it, have a certain market leadership, and then move on to a different category while maintaining that fort. So we believe that's the focused way of growing at least Caffeine, and same is for Hyphen. There are 3 categories in which we have market leaders for now. So our job is a very boring job. Every year pick up a category, become market leader, and then move on to next.
Good, good. Parul, how are you going to grow and what's your growth strategy?
Last time when we sat here in February, I only had 1 store. Now we have 3 opening in 20 more cities with Broadway. This is a startup by Future Group. Really cool. They're giving digital first brands space to put out there. So doing that, next month opening in Dubai. Data nahi, but वहाँ से cash बढ़ा रहा था, तो I was like दुबई में खोल लेते हैं, पास में है. So opening, and I'm also 99.9% bootstrapped. So that's why I think I play a lot on gut. कि यहाँ लगता है तो चलो bet ले लेते हैं, जो भी होगा घर से जाएगा.
Are you open to fund some startups, budding startups?
शायद हाँ, हम अपना Shark Tank खेलते हैं अगले साल.
That we anyways we are planning and we are going to do our own, but data नहीं है सारा बहुत सारा, but cash तो है आपके साथ, आपके पास बहुत सारा है ना? That's what it is. Good. So thanks for this. This is one is the opening of the stores. That is one part. What about the categories? Are you planning to extend or do something more apart from what you're doing?
I do want to get into hair care and hair tools because again, as you said, there are very few brands. Hair tools की brands हैं ही नहीं India में कोई. So heating tools, styling tools, that's something I want to get into it. That requires a lot of R&D and how you manufacture. That can take aiste me there. aiste, that can take me, probably it'll take me a year, maybe next year. I'll be blow drying your hair here.
All the best, Parul. We'll discuss that success also very soon.
Thank you.
With this, friends, the time's up, and our discussion also is almost done. Also, although I don't feel it's done because there were at least 8, 10, 15 questions more that I wanted to ask each of our panelists on various areas, but because we have to stick to the time and their time also. Thank you very much, esteemed panelists, for sharing all your insights. Whatever you spoke about today is definitely navigating the digital first future. Some innovations that we heard from Priyanka and all of them, in fact. I think the way they are handling data, their content, the video, the store openings, the omni-channel strategy, and obviously be on your mind was the icing on the cake. So all of you are on the minds of the consumers, and that's because all those discussions, the strategies that you discussed out here, that's the reason why these brands are doing what they are doing in terms of number, that is the wallet share and the mind share also. Thank you very much for coming to Ritecon 2024.